Mother slaps her son's hand as he gazes at the maid carrying tea. You're the heir to this family, not a fool for a house girl. The heir, Jaden, is drawn to the maid, Aria. The mother notices. Their hands brush as she picks up the tray. Aria overhears the mother planning to fire her. Jaden, shocked, pulling his hand back. Mother. Mrs. Castellanos. Control your eyes, Jaden. Or shall I remind you what family you were born into? Aria flinches but doesn't make eye contact. She places the tray on the table silently. Jaden sits frozen, embarrassed, glancing quickly at Aria who keeps her eyes down. Her fingers tremble as she arranges the cups. Mrs. Castellanos glares at Aria, then turns away with a scoff. Aria curtsies gently and begins to leave. Jaden. Low, almost inaudible. I'm sorry. She pauses but doesn't respond. Aria washes dishes alone. The sound of water and clinking china fills the air. A faint smile creeps across her face, remembering how Jaden's eyes followed her. A moment of forbidden warmth. Suddenly. Clatter. A cup slips and shatters on the floor. Mrs. Castellanos. Can't even do one thing right? Aria kneels to clean the mess, quiet. A housekeeper nearby whispers. Housekeeper. Don't let her catch you smiling. That's how they notice and punish. Jaden walks alone. His footsteps echo in the hallway. He passes the kitchen, hesitates then stops. He sees Aria, tying up garbage bags, brushing loose hair from her face. He enters silently. Jaden. You always do more than you should. Aria startles. Turns quickly. Her cheeks flush. Aria. I am sorry. I didn't hear you, sir. Jaden. Please, don't call me that. She lowers her eyes again. He steps closer, picks up a tray from the counter. Their hands brush. They freeze. Their eyes meet. A beat of silence. A dangerous, electric moment. Aria, softly. Your mother already thinks too much. Jaden, smirking, but sad. She's not wrong, but not for the reasons she thinks. Mrs. Castellanos sits with Mr. Castellanos, a man of quiet power. She pours him a drink. Mrs. Castellanos. He's watching that maid again. The same look his father once gave that harlot in Barcelona. Mr. Castellanos, gruffly. Handle it. Mrs. Castellanos. I will. First thing tomorrow, that girl's gone. Unseen by them, Aria stands outside the study door, her eyes wide. She steps back silently, pressing a hand over her chest. A small servant's room. Sparse. Aria sits on the bed, clutching her pillow. She whispers to herself. Aria. I should have never let him look at me that way. Her eyes glisten with unshed tears. Jaden. I don't care what they say. She's the only thing in this house that feels real. Muffled sounds echo through the mansion, water sloshing, a brush scraping tile. Aria is on her knees, scrubbing the floor near the front steps. Her uniform is damp at the knees. Her hands are raw. The morning light shines across her tear-streaked face. She doesn't sob. Just silent tears. Footsteps approach. She doesn't look up. Jaden. Why do you let them treat you like this? Aria, without looking. Because kindness doesn't always win. Quiet does. Jaden. But kindness is louder than you think. Long table. Dinner is being served. The family sits formally. Mr. Castellanos reads a newspaper. Mrs. Castellanos is poised, her eyes constantly scanning. Aria serves roasted lamb. She gently sets down Jaden's plate again, their fingers brush briefly. Mrs. Castellanos. Clearly annoyed. Must you always lean so close, Aria? Aria. Faltering. Apologies, madam. Jaden, without looking up. She didn't lean. You're imagining it. Mrs. Castellanos glares at her son. Aria's eyes widen. His words were subtle, but bold. She retreats quickly. Mr. Castellanos. Grumbling. Mph. Always defending the help these days. Mrs. Castellanos, to Jaden. You should be thinking about your engagement ball, not your servant's wrists. Jaden, calmly. I care more about hands that work than hands that only point. Mrs. Castellanos sets her wine glass down a bit too hard. The glass trembles. The servants laugh gently over a shared snack in the corridor. Aria smiles faintly as she passes but keeps to herself. She enters her small room. Quiet. Peaceful. She opens her drawer to pull out a scarf and pauses. There's a note, folded, neatly placed atop her folded clothes. No envelope. No name. She unfolds it slowly, heart racing. Be careful whom you trust in that house. You're being watched. A friend. Aria clutches the paper, eyes scanning the room. Aria. Who? Jaden stands alone on the upper floor balcony, staring out over the estate. The wind tugs at his shirt collar. He pulls a small notebook from his pocket. Inside a sketch of Aria, kneeling with a cloth in her hand, hair falling over her shoulder. Drawn softly, lovingly. He closes it quickly when he hears footsteps. Mrs. Castellanos. Careful, Jaden. The help is getting comfortable. Jaden, dryly. Maybe they should. They do everything. Mrs. Castellanos. They clean floors, not hearts. Don't confuse your guilt with affection. Aria lies in bed, clutching the note. Her eyes don't close. The camera zooms slowly on the edge of her window where something glints. A figure walks away from the servant's wing. Face hidden under a hoodie. A glimpse of a bracelet on the wrist, the same one worn by the housekeeper earlier. The massive oak doors swing open. Thunder rumbles faintly outside. Mr. Castellanos strides in tall, stern, presence commanding. His coat drips rain, and his sharp eyes scan the room like a general returning to his battlefield. Father, coldly. Where is everyone? Aria rushes forward from the side corridor, her head down. She doesn't see him as she turns the corner. Thud. She bumps into his chest. The tray in her hands clatters, and a teacup shatters. Father, explosive. You're still hiring riffraff in my house? Jaden rushes in from the hallway just in time to see his father glare down at Aria. She bows immediately, trembling. Aria, softly. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Father, cutting her off. Sorry won't make you competent. Get out of my way. He storms off. Jaden kneels beside her, helping gather the broken porcelain pieces. Their fingers brush. She pulls away quickly and lowers her gaze. Jaden. He's not always like this. Aria. Does it matter? I'll always be beneath his shoes. Jaden is called in. Mr. Castellanos stands beside a roaring fire, holding a folder. Father. I've spoken to the Kensingtons. Their daughter arrives next month. You'll prepare to propose. Jaden, tense. I didn't agree to this. Father. You were born into it. That's enough. You'll marry to build power, not chase shadows in aprons. Jaden knocks gently at her door. She opens, startled. Jaden. Do you have any bandages? She pulls him inside. His hand is cut. Porcelain had sliced his palm earlier. She gently dabs the wound with a cloth. He flinches. Aria, softly. Sorry. I'll be gentle. Their faces are close now. Tension brews in the silence. Jaden. How do you keep your heart soft in a place like this? She looks up. Their eyes lock. Aria. Because someone has to. A quiet moment. His hand now rests on hers, not by accident. She doesn't pull away. The distance between them disappears. Suddenly. Click. Soft. Distant. A phone buzzes on the silk bedsheet. An image pops up. Jaden and Aria close, tender, forbidden. The text attached. Thought you'd want to see this. His choosing her. Unknown. Mrs. Castellanos' hand tightens around the phone. Her lips curl slowly into a bitter smile. Aria closes the door. Her fingers tremble as she clutches the bandage wrapper. She doesn't see it, but tucked under her doorframe, someone has slipped a note. He's being watched. And so are you. Camille Kensington, dressed in designer from head to toe, steps in confidently with her mother behind her. Her heels click sharply on the marble floor. Aria, holding a feather duster, steps back and bows slightly. Camille, smirking. Oh, don't bother. You work for me now. Jaden enters the room just in time to hear it. He freezes. Aria avoids his gaze. Camille walks toward him, arms wide like they've known each other forever. She kisses his cheek. Camille. My fiancé is just as handsome as his pictures. Jaden's smile is stiff. Aria turns away silently. Aria is handed a new schedule by the head maid. Head maid. You're being reassigned. Permanent kitchen duty. Orders from the lady of the house. Aria's face falls. She glances toward the staircase where Jaden had once watched her pass each morning. That world now feels miles away. Camille's laughter rings out like crystal hollow and sharp. Jaden sits beside her, but his eyes drift. He notices the kitchen door swinging slightly, a shadow behind it. Later that night, Jaden waits under the moonlight. Aria appears, her apron dusted with flour. Aria, quietly. You shouldn't be here. Jaden. Neither should you in the kitchen. She had no right. Aria, avoiding eye contact. She does. She's your. Jaden, cutting in. She's not my choice. A long pause. Their breath visible in the night air. He gently reaches for her hand. Jaden. Do you ever think, if things were different? Aria. I can't afford to. Footsteps. A noise. They quickly part. Camille watches silently from the upper balcony, hidden in shadows. Camille, pretending to inspect the house, wanders in uninvited while Aria is cleaning in the hall. She runs her fingers across the dresser, opens the top drawer. Her eyes catch a small, folded note slightly aged, ink smudged. She unfolds it slowly. Don't trust them. Not even him. Watch your back. No name. Camille's lips tighten. Her eyes narrow with a glint of satisfaction. Camille whispers. So, there's a secret after all. Aria returns to find the drawer slightly ajar. Her heart races. She opens it. The letter is gone. Camille stepping into the hallway, slipping the note into her purse. Camille enters the father's study. Mr. Castellanos looks up from his glass of bourbon. Camille, holding up the letter. Did you know your son's little maid is receiving threats, or confessions? She places the note on his desk. Camille. I think it's time we clean house. Thunder crashes outside. A much younger Aria, around 10 years old, stands frozen in a silk dress, clutching a stuffed bunny. Two adults argue violently in the background. Woman, off-screen. You've ruined everything. That child will never forget this night. Young Aria, screaming. Stop it. Please stop. A glass shatters. The frame freezes, then transitions into the present. Camille corners Aria near the linen closet, her voice like ice. Camille. You're not who you pretend to be. Aria freezes, trying to play dumb. Aria. I don't know what you mean. Camille, leaning in. Oh, I think you do. I've seen rich girls pretend to scrub floors before. You flinch like someone who knows privilege and shame. Camille walks off smugly, leaving Aria shaken. Jaden stares at the letter Camille gave his father. He waits until the coast is clear, then sneaks into the archives room, looking through house employment files. One folder is missing Aria's. He heads to her old quarters, now abandoned. He finds something wedged between floorboards. An old, faded photograph. He brushes off the dust, and sees a familiar face Aria, as a child, standing between two elegantly dressed parents, smiling in front of a mansion that's now a bank. Aria is scrubbing quietly, lost in thought. Jaden walks in holding the photograph. He lays it gently on the counter. She doesn't look up. Jaden. I found this. She stares at it for a long moment, then finally lifts her eyes. Aria. You weren't supposed to. Jaden, softly. Tell me who you really are. Camille pours a drink and watches Aria from a hidden security camera. Mr. Castellanos walks in. Father. I assume you've found something useful. Camille, holding up a file. I know her name isn't Aria. She drops the file onto the desk. It's labeled. Anastasia Verano missing heiress. Case closed. Aria sits alone on her bed, the photo beside her. She clutches the stuffed bunny from her childhood. Her eyes glisten. She whispers to herself, "Aria. They'll never let me be her again." Knock. She quickly hides everything. Jaden steps in, looking both angry and afraid. "Jaden, why didn't you tell me?" She doesn't answer. He waits. Silence. Then, "Aria, calmly. Because love can't survive when it's built on a lie." Moonlight slices through the hedges. Jaden stands in a quiet corner, waiting. Aria approaches hesitantly. She glances behind her, heart pounding. "Aria, softly. This can't keep happening." "Jaden. Then stop me." She doesn't. He kisses her gentle, desperate, real. Unbeknownst to them, Camille stands near the terrace, her wine glass frozen mid-air, watching everything from the shadows. A slow, poisonous smile curls on her lips. Camille, muttering, "Two can play this game." Aria wipes her lips with trembling fingers, overwhelmed. Jaden stands at the door, silently watching her. "Jaden, you wanted truth. So give me yours." Aria hesitates, then finally speaks. "Aria, quietly. My name was Anastasia Verano. We had everything. Until someone in my father's circle framed him. We lost it all. My mother died in shame. I was just a child. Jaden, you were born into the world I'm trapped in. And still, you became more human than any of us." Camille speaks to a maid, handing her a velvet pouch. "Camille, low voice. Slip this into her cleaning cart. Then alert the housekeeper." Inside the pouch, a stolen diamond bracelet. The head maid screams as the pouch falls from Aria's cleaning supplies. Head maid. "What is this?" Aria, panicking. That's not mine." Camille, arriving, wide-eyed in fake shock. "That bracelet was in my drawer last night." Jaden rushes in as Aria is surrounded by staff, the head maid holding the bracelet. Mr. Castellanos enters with authority. "Father, call the police." Jaden. "No. This is wrong, she wouldn't." Aria, to Jaden. Don't defend me. It'll only make things worse for you." Red and blue lights flash. A police car pulls up. Aria is led outside by two officers. She doesn't cry. She doesn't beg. She simply looks back once at Jaden. Their eyes lock across the courtyard. Aria, quietly. "I told you, love can't survive lies." Camille pours herself a drink, watching the police car drive off from her window. She whispers to herself. Camille. Checkmate, Cinderella. Jaden, rushing out. "Let her go. You don't understand." Mother, fuming. This is what love for a maid does to a man. First 30 seconds hook. Mother, conted. Shame. You've chosen a servant over your legacy. Jaden tries to break free from his father's grip. Aria's eyes meet his through the rain as the car door slams shut behind her. Jaden storms through the halls, furious, searching. Camille intercepts him, pretending to care. Camille. She's gone, Jaden. For everyone's sake, let it go. Jaden, growling. You're behind this. I see it in your smile. Camille, faking innocence. I just want to help you become the man your father wants. She was a distraction. Camille sips wine with Mr. Castellanos, speaking softly, seductively manipulative. Camille. You know, delaying the engagement makes your son look weak. Especially after the scandal. Father, hesitant. I need him focused. The press already smells gossip. Camille. Then let's give them something better, a wedding date. Jaden sits by the window, haunted by her last look. His phone buzzes, no reply from the contact he sent to find her. He opens the drawer, the photograph of young Aria, now wrinkled with rain damage. He clenches his jaw. Jaden rides in a car, asking questions, showing photos to street vendors, hostels, old acquaintances. Jaden, desperate. Have you seen her? Her name's Aria. Please. Vendor. Some girl like that. A driver picked her up outside the police station yesterday. Black car. Fancy. Jaden stands before a tall gate in a quiet, upscale neighborhood. He's stunned. This isn't a shelter, it's a mansion. He hesitates, then rings the bell. Guard. Do you have an appointment, sir? Jaden. Tell her. Jaden is here. Footsteps echo. Aria appears at the top of the staircase, now wearing a silk blouse, glowing but confused. Behind her stands an older man in a wheelchair, a face Jaden recognizes from finance magazines. Jaden, in shock. You're a heir. Aria, softly. I wasn't the only one who remembered who I really am. She looks back at the man behind her. Aria. This is my godfather. He found me, before you did. A fireplace crackles. Jaden stands rigid across from a commanding older man in a wheelchair. Judge Theodore Mailnar, Aria's godfather. Aria watches from the corner, silent, arms crossed tightly. Judge, calm but cold. You think she's just a girl who cleans floors. She was once promised to power, until your father destroyed her family. Jaden's jaw tightens. Aria looks away, eyes brimming. Jaden. What do you mean? Judge leans forward. Your father orchestrated a fake land dispute. Stole everything her parents built. Their land, their honor, and their lives. Jaden, shaken. That can't be true. He would never. Aria. He did. I watched it happen. And I lost everything. Jaden. You should have told me. Aria, bitter. And say what? Hi, I'm your maid, and your father destroyed my family. Jaden paces, torn. The truth feels unbearable. Jaden, softly. My whole life, built on someone else's pain. He stares at his father's portrait on the wall, rage boiling beneath the surface. Camille corners Jaden in a private corner of a wine bar. Her tone is low, dangerous, and oddly sympathetic. Camille. If you expose this, your family, your name, the company, it's all gone. Jaden. Maybe it should be. Camille. And what happens to Aria when your family becomes a scandal? She'll be dragged down again. Think before you burn the house. Aria stares at the photo of her parents. Her godfather watches her silently. Judge. You still love him. Aria, softly. I don't know how to stop. Jaden opens his laptop. A scanned copy of the stolen land documents glows on screen. He hovers over the email send button to the press. One truth. One choice. One love that could end it all. A lavish wedding is in full swing. Guests in glittering gowns and tuxedos mingle, champagne flows, a string quartet plays. The atmosphere is tense, expectant. Jaden, I have something to say. The music cuts abruptly. Eyes turn toward him. Jaden, raising his hand, loud and clear. I'd rather be poor with love than rich in lies. Shock. Camille's face contorts with rage. Gasps from the crowd. Camille storms out, slamming through the crowd. Camille, to a friend, venom dripping. He'll regret this. I swear it. Jaden. I know what you did. You destroyed her family. You stole their land. Father, cold, dismissive. Lies. Fabrications to ruin my name. Jaden. I have proof. And I'm done living in your shadow. The company's board members sit stiffly. Jaden stands at the head of the table, isolated. Board member 1. This family scandal risks everything. Your position is untenable. Board member 2. You must choose, the family or the company. Jaden sits alone, phone in hand. Aria's name on the screen. Jaden. It's all or nothing. Fog drapes the estate gates. Aria stands outside, one hand clutched to her chest, dressed simply. Her eyes scan the house she once cleaned, now tied to so much pain, love, and confusion. Jaden. If I lose everything, at least I'll have you. She exhales shakily. A black car pulls up. The gate creaks open. Jaden places a document on his father's desk. Bold letters at the top, formal resignation of stake and inheritance. Father, angered, incredulous. You're giving up your name, your future. For her. Jaden, calm but resolute. For myself. The father slams his fist on the desk. The mother looks away, silent and broken. Jaden and Aria are painting the walls of a modest but beautiful cottage. Laughter escapes them as they smear paint on each other. Light. Peaceful. Honest. Aria, smiling through tears. We don't need chandeliers, do we? Jaden. Not when I've got sunshine in my arms. They kiss, this time without fear. Without hiding. The Costillanos board sits quietly. The father stares at Jaden's empty chair. A long beat. Board member. Without Jaden, the dynasty is crumbling. Aria walks alone by the water. A sleek car pulls up behind her. Out steps Camille, dressed in black. Aria, stiff. What do you want? Camille hands her an envelope. Your mother wasn't just a lady of wealth, she was the last heir of the Montclair line. Aria, staggered. The Montclairs. The royal estate family? Camille, smirking. You're not just rich, Aria. You're heir to something bigger than all of us. She walks off, heels crunching against gravel. Aria stares at the envelope, shaking. Jaden enters, wraps his arms around her. Jaden. No matter what's in that letter, I choose you. Not your past. Not your bloodline. You. She presses the envelope to her chest. Their future, once stripped, now holds something unknown and powerful.